What up, group? Welcome to Alliance World Season 41, War Number 9, with DSVG goes in PBT. Now, I believe last season we fought against PBT and we beat them. In off-season, we fought against PBT and they had a rank 5 absorbing man. Some are random. So, it was on Path 5, and I'm hoping I can have that in season now, because in off-season, I couldn't get him down without boosts, but I'm pretty experienced with Titania now, so we'll see what happens. But anyways, they banned CGR, Hercules, and Scorpion. Scorpion and Herc seems to be the main bans, and usually Torch the third. But I assigned myself a good amount of fights. This is an amazing war for me. 9 fights. No boss fight, sadly, this war, but 9 fights is nothing to laugh at, for sure. I assigned myself Path 6 and Path 5. I worked out with my buddies Pretty Palooza and Miffers in Paths 4 and 5, because they're in my pod, to see who goes where, and it was just best that I brought in Titania and Galan. I had free spot. I'm like, you know what? I can take any of the mini bosses. What's open? And there was an Idoom on node 53 that was open. I'm like, you know what? I can take that with Galan or Tigra. So I brought in Tigra also. So anyways, starting off the fights in this war, I'm on Path 6 in the first section. This node has that Deja vu prowess, where if you do the same attack twice in a row, then they get a prowess. And I'd rather him not throw a special one at me with the prowess. So I'm going to alternate my combos with medium light. You'll see right here in a second. I'm going to do a just parry medium, because I don't trust that my medium light will last all the way through the Scorpion stance, basically, or his stun. And I don't feel like getting evaded. So parry medium there, parry light there, parry medium here, parry light here. And this fight's basically over. So just activate Harvest. As you see right here, I think activate Harvest. Or I don't. Okay. Coop wants this fight to take longer. I could have finished the fight off right there. But same idea here. Parry medium, parry light, just because I can. Parry heavy right here. There it is. And finish the fight off. I don't want him to evade it, so I'm just going to do this into his into a parry. And first fight with Galan is over. So that fight, I think, went pretty well. Considering that I thought I would get power stung with some poisons and he threw special ones, but he didn't. He threw special twos. Now, this mangog is an aggression prowess, and another node that doesn't matter whatsoever for any champion. They should delete the other node. But if he gets a special 2 and it's unblockable with aggression prowess, it is dangerous. So my goal is to just bait special 2, basically, or bait special 1s, whatever he wants to throw. And I'll show you here, he does not want to throw a special whatsoever. But luckily I'm buff immune, so I can't activate MD at all, even if they're running 5 out of 5 MD. It's a waste of their... waste of their masteries. He's at a special 2. He has less combat power rate after he's at a special 2. I'm like, alright, I'll throw some light attacks. I'm not going to bother activating my haymaker. Now I'm going to activate haymaker. He's at a special 3. Screw it. I'm going to throw my special 3 right here. He didn't throw his yet. When I thought he would throw it while I was in haymaker, he did not. So I throw mine. I do put a deliberate debuff on him, which basically makes him very, very defensive and just sit in the corner, and I just throw my 3 haymaker and finish him off. I could do some heavies, but I figured a combo would do it. I have some pretty nice science boosts going, mainly for this Mojo fight, because I'll be honest, Titania is not good for this node, but she's amazing for the rest of the war. And you'll see in the other fights, she is amazing. She is the best champ in the whole game. I think I SIG 200 her in this war. She was SIG 160 before the war, but I had a bunch of stuff expiring, so I'm like, screw it, I used her a lot in war. Why not SIG her up all the way? Especially against large and extra large champions, so SIG does more damage, so it's nice. But anyways, against debuff immune nodes, like this one, after you knock down the champions, she just doesn't do much damage. So I'm trying to get my Furies up right now, just a little bit. And then I want to knock him down, right here, knock him down. Got 14 Furies, 13, they're slowly dwindling away, which is okay. I would rather have thrown a heavy attack and then throw a special 3. But it's okay. I think there was like activate a special attack, and I didn't want to give him more haters. But it is what it is. My goal here is just to hold my special 3 haymaker, just in case he gets to a special 3. But he's actually nice for throwing specials. At least right here he's not. So I think right here I just give up and just push another special if I have to. But he throws a special with a good amount of prowess on him, so it does a good amount into my block. It is what it is. You get what you get, don't throw a fit. He doesn't run into my haymaker. What a jerk. This fight was not fought very well. Here I am finally throwing special 3. I think it's the end of the protection. At least end of my Fury before the protection comes back. But yeah, it knocks him down, goes debuff immune. But I just wanted to get some damage in, because I trusted he would be throwing specials, because he's been throwing specials. Honestly, if I just sat there, he would have thrown a special into me. That's what I should have done, because I was indestructible, and I was also unstoppable. So yeah, dash back, activate life field, not a big deal. He's getting a bunch of prowess right here. And if he throws a special into my blocks and do a lot of damage, like 5 prowess right there, stacking up. Look at that. It's like freaking 20,000 to my block. So I had to dex that last piece, throw a special 2, hoping it finishes him off, and it does. So 13,000 with the protection up, not too bad, although it was probably because of the assassins. But on to node 25. Someone moved here nicely. I think that was John, who was in my pod previously. He accidentally moved here and just moved back, so thanks for the undo. Appreciate it. Helps me get to this node, although I had one more energy after this anyways. So this node is Power Snack, and it's also a Power Sting. I think once shy Power Sting, whatever it's called. Whenever the attacker or the defender gets a bar power, you get a Power Sting debuff. And it does a Power Sting, stings you anytime you throw a special attack. But the Power Sting doesn't really do that much. So I'm going to be throwing specials and just Power Sting all I want. And just regenerating a little bit, at least, in between when I'm not throwing specials. Oh no, he has 6 Flourish. Whatever will I do? He enjoys block. Turn off. So at the beginning of this fight, I was actually getting no neutralizers. I'm like, dude, do I have the attacker tactic turned on? I really hope I do. But this will be enough. Full medium, light, medium combo into a harvest with about 500, and he's dead. So 97,000 is nothing to laugh at or sneeze at. He's dead. Honestly, Punisher 299, I've taken him like 3 or 4 times in season now on different nodes, and there's no node that I can't take him on. I think if he was on the aggression prowess, no, on the section 2 path 6 node, maybe it'd be difficult, but honestly, he's dead. All right, now time for path 2. I'm gonna do the rest of these fights on a set of boosts. I think I had a 30% 6-hour boost going, so that one's still going for an hour left. But I'm gonna do one set of boosts for these next 5 fights. That's right, I had 4 fights down, 5 more to go. Big war for Titania and Galan and Tigra, although it's Tigra's first in-season award this season. I don't expect to be using her much this season, but I am a god with her. So, yeah. Right, Galan for the next 2 fights. This is Galan versus Kitty Pryde. I almost activated and made myself a... I didn't want to do that. Anyways, so my main thing here is I don't want to hit into her phase. So I don't really want to parry her much. I want to make sure she's under 3 prowess, and if she goes over 3 prowess, it's bait specials with bait heavy attacks. This node is very easy to fight against Kitty Pryde because you can just bait heavy attacks all you want. If she gets above 3 prowess, she starts phasing, and you can just bait heavies. But I'm just going to bait special 1s here. I did heal up in between my section 1 and section 2 fights because I just didn't play very well in section 1. So there goes my 2 war streak of not using any potions. But I'm still deathless. It's okay. So I'm not going to bother getting off an intercept. I just want to build my harvest. She has 3 prowess. Oh no. Don't hit into her. She's phasing. Don't run into her coop. Good. All right. Bait heavy. It's fine. She throws it. Dash in right away. And just bait special 1 again. So Dex out the last power of special 1. I am taking a bit of block damage here, but honestly, I'm not worried. Activate harvest. It's plenty enough. Get my intercept. Medium, light, medium, and throw it with about, I think it's 800 harvest, and she's dead. So 160,000. It could have been a lot more, but I think the last time I took that node, I rushed into my harvest too soon. Now, this was the fight I was most worried about this war. This spot. Because if it goes untouchable and puts me in the corner, it's going to be really hard to get out of there, and it's going to be hard to get my intercept off. But with Galan, intercepts are really easy once you activate your harvest. My main goal here is if I can make it so he never goes untouchable, that is my goal. I am really good at evading the last part of his special 1. I just block 3 hits, and then I dex it here, hit him here, and if you can counter his specials right away, it turns off his spots for a little amount of time. Trying to reparry doesn't happen, whatever. Dash in there. Trying to keep him under 4 spots, because if he gets to 4 spots and throws a special, he goes to 5 spots and he goes untouchable. So my goal here is to make sure he doesn't go untouchable. If he does, I'll just wait it out. It's really not a big deal. Just building my harvest up here. Hit into his block there, an accident, but he had it so he couldn't gain spots anyways. Not going to dash in too late because I don't want to get parried. He will parry you. He will parry you. I don't want to get parried. Block here. And masochism, he can be a B-word on masochism and on conflictor because he gives himself the that debuff when he throws a special. All right, so I get off the intercept. I throw off a special 2 in harvest. It takes him down. Then he runs in stupid mighty charge, but he goes down. So way better than I wanted to go. I was hoping he wouldn't activate his untouchable last second, but that was my last Galan fight of this war. So if I had lost a lot of health, I would have been fine as long as I don't die. But I did put on science boosts for 2 fights at Titania, this LongShot and then a Sassy mini boss, because he's got like 400,000 health. get my intercept off. I BlockCept into an intercept. That's what I call it when I block unstoppable into an intercept. And I'll be honest, Titania is faster than Kitty for this fight and way safer because I don't have to activate Mystic Dispersion at all. And I can dex all I want, especially out of a special one. So my bait special ones, I'm not bleed immune because I don't have the absorbing man synergy, but it's not a big deal. He throws special ones into block all the time anyway, so he decks out, you block, he throws it always. Oh no, he throws his 5 knives at me, not a big deal. Get intercept off there, get BlockCept off there, awesome, doing some big damage. I'm just going to be going for special 3 harvest. Oh, special 3, not harvest, special 3 haymaker. This is Titania, not Galan. Imagine they made a baby together. Just healing up with the armor break right now while I can, because why not? I'll be honest, section 2, I just play so much better. I probably could have gotten intercept off there, but I just want to be safe. I'm going to bait special 1. He throws it into your block always. Decks out here. I have 2 seconds left on my haymaker, 1 second left, dash back, and now time to give him intercept. BlockCept right here. And he's under a bar of power, so let's throw the special 3, and time to nuke him down. So the special 3 doesn't kill right away. I like to call it the haymaker cycle, where you throw a special 3, and the whole cycle is while the haymaker is still active. I throw a heavy, I throw another heavy right here. I don't, he throws a special 1, and he just makes it take longer for the cycle. Not a big deal. I think I throw a special 2 after I get intercept off in a second. Gets the protection back. I wanted that. And get my intercept off out of nowhere, and a 15,000 crit. Wow. Yeah, I did have a 40% extra fury, but Titania hits hard. Let's be honest. Titania hits hard. Now on to this Idoom. I was asking if I should PS1 here with Tigra or not, but the goal here is just counter his heavies, throw my heavies, put on some ruptures on him, and when the ruptures on him, I gain power, because this node, you only gain power from debuff over time, and the ruptures count as debuff over time. And I didn't want my charges to go away, so I made sure that I bait heavies, and if he threw a combo into me, I would just throw a combo back at him. So get a special 2 right here. I want to bait one more heavy, but I figured why not? I'll just throw this with a few ruptures. I'm getting a bunch of power. I didn't bother putting on a power back boost at all, because I just kept the same boost for the Titania fight next fight. But he goes down to 40%. It's super low. I don't want him to throw a special 1 or else he'll get his aura. That's kind of why I'm just block baiting here and throw special 2, and this fight is over. So 30 seconds, his Idoom, rank 5 Idoom, is down. That went really well, I'll be honest. As my first Tigra fight this season. Now, this next fight at 955 is the main reason why I believe Titania is a really good champion. Now, yes, she takes a while for fights. Yes, Torch can do this fight way quicker. I'm not sure if S99 can do this fight quicker, or if AA can do this fight quicker, because AA is all based on luck and RNG. And this node, Titania has no RNG whatsoever. Let's be honest. There's no RNG when using her. It's all just knowing how to play Titania. So, same idea that I had on Path 5, when I fought Sassy, is I want to activate my special 3 haymaker after he finishes his wrath. Yeah, it might take a while, because he might, I might tick from brute force, is when you don't hit him in 6 seconds, but it's not a big deal. I'm going to bait special 2s. He doesn't want to throw it, I don't think so right here, so I'm like, whatever, I'll just tick, like 2 ticks for a second, and I'll just hit him a little bit, but I am debuff immune, buff immune, so I will not be activating Mystic Dispersion whatsoever. I get my Wrath, he throws a special 1 to my Wrath, I don't end up being stunned, it's fine. Got my special 3 ready, I'm going to wait for his Wrath, and now it's time for his Wrath. So I'm baiting special 1 here, if he wants to throw it. He doesn't want to throw it. I have an invuln on, I kind of wish I didn't put invuln on. Get hit there to take away. I want him to bait special 1 here. I want him to throw it after the Wrath. It'd be nice so it doesn't get any power back. Awesome. And now I'm going to throw special 3. I don't have any Furies on because I've been waiting, and I had ticked a few brute forces here. Not a big deal, but watch him melt. He was at 71%. I'm going to go in here. 2 hits. Heavy. And watch. He's going to go down all the way to like 37%. 30% from that one haymaker cycle. 41% of this guy's health. I calculated it's 153,000. 153,000, and boom, huge 36k crit. That's a huge crit from a special 2. After that, he melted. Now, show me a Spider-Man 99 who can defeat that fight and make it melt that quickly. Okay, fine, Rupture Blast Tappin', but still, that was a really nice fight, and we ended up winning this war. At the time that I finished my fights, it was like 5-2, and I had 9 fights. So 9 fights, only 2 potions used, 106K, 114K, and doing well so far this season. So I got 44 for my deathless streak. I'm trying to wrap it back up to 100 before the season ends, but that's not going to happen. If only I hadn't died to Quicksilver, I'd be over 100 at the moment. But yeah, MVP number 1 because of all those 9 fights. Now, I wish I had a boss fight. I didn't this war. That Quicksilver, I never want to see him again. But my buddy Miffers destroyed him, did a good job. So I'm super happy with Miffers. If he posted YouTube videos, I would totally be sending it out there and sending it in the description, link in the description. Anyways, so Path 6, Scorpion and Mangon, got to finally touch more Path 6. I've only touched Path 6 once in Section 2. But again, no 25, Path 5. Am I taking a bunch of fights and stealing fights? No. The buddies in my pod in 456 agreed that I should take those fights for Titania, because they're usually a good fight for Titania. And then I finally got to touch node 53. So that leaves 1 node left for mini bosses I haven't touched. It's node 48 for mini boss island. Now, yeah, there is node 22 and 23 I haven't touched yet because they think that I take too long to get there, which is fair because I don't like fighting until I'm ready after work. But 1 node left, that's 48. I'm going to try and touch that before the season is over. If I can bring a good champion for that, we'll see. But yeah, this war felt pretty good for me. Only a few potions used and 9 fights. Honestly, Section 2 is destroyed. And I can't wait to use Tigra more, Titania more, because she's my main bay right now. As you saw, I think she's like 25 fights so far this season. Half the amount of fights I've taken, I think. And then more Galan fights, because maybe I'll rank 5 Galan. Maybe. Or Herc. Who wants to see rank 5 Herc? Nobody. Anyways, thank you for coming to this war video. I doubt you've made it this far, but if you have, thank you for listening this far. And I'll catch you later. Coop, sign off. Yeah, be gaming.